And this table is indicating the uses of every particular equipment, that is whether it is a room heater, whether it is a water heater, whether it is a geyser, and how these equations have come. I have formulated everything in a single table. This is very useful table. And so hello friends, welcome back to Suraj ke classes once again. Friends, as you know, today we are going to have a discussion on very important topic. Actually, now you know winter has already begun, and we all are feeling so much cold and outside. So this time the product that is very much used among the people, and that is called heater. Okay, so when there is a summer season, we used to be fan of air conditioners, and now this is the season for heaters and geysers. So we need some heat in this season. So welcome back again to Suraj ki classes. Today we are going to have a discussion on this: how much electricity bill you will have to pay if you are using geyser or heater at your home. So this is going to be a very useful discussion. In this discussion you would come to know regarding to the electrical units that are being consumed by the electrical heater, particularly geyser, water heaters, and the room heaters, how much electricity they consume as per your consumption or as per your uses, and how much electricity bill you will have to pay at the end of the month if you are using them for particular time interval or particular time period. So everything you will be coming to know in this video, so just don't skip this. You will have to watch it from start to end for understanding the entire concept of all these three heating equipments. Let's begin. So first item, so here you can see I am putting one geyser. This is one electrical heater. This is used for the electrical water heating, and this is your room heater. So all products are very much common, and you are already familiar to all these. First we will discuss for the room heater. This is the room heater. It's a typical room heater that is basically used for, I think everyone has used this room heater. And how much is the energy consumption for this? We are going to have a discussion on this right away. So I think this room heater is having the power level. This is having the power consumption of, I think, 2000 watts. This is actually a very general room heater. So you may find a room heater of also 800 watt ratings, also 3000 watt ratings, but typically generally we are using that is of 2000 watt heater. But if you are watching this video entirely, then you will be you will be capable of calculating the electricity bill by just knowing the watt ratings of your electrical heater. Okay friends, I'm considering here a electrical heater that is typically of 2 kilowatt, or I can say 2000 watts. How much bill it can give you? See, this electrical heater uses, I'm keeping it very I'm keeping it a general use for this electrical heater, like 1.5 hour use at night and 1 hour use in daytime. So to overall use for this electrical heater, I am keeping it 2.5 hours. I think that is enough, because once your room is heated up in half an hour or an hour, then you are going to switch it off. You are not going to keep it on for entire night. If you are keeping, then you can have the different calculation. You can calculate it differently. But I am putting here a general hour uses for this room heater. So I am using it for 2.5 hours per day. Okay, so this is my use per day for this electrical heater, and this is my power consumption for this particular electrical heater. Then how much electricity bill I will have to pay? Okay, so this is very simple. If you are considering this as a quantity B and you are considering this a quantity A, then by simply multiplying this A to B means I will put the value it in kilowatt. This is actually 2 kilowatt. In 1 kilowatt there is 1000 watts. So for 2 kilowatts, 2000 watts. It is simple. For 2 kilowatt and 2.5 hours of uses, and for 30 days, you will have the units consumption. Units consumption. It is very simple. It is very simple. So I am now calculating it. So it is giving me around 150 of units. Actually it is 150 kilowatt hours. But kilowatt hour is already equal to 1 unit of your electricity meter. So better to call it unit. Okay. So you will have to pay bill for 150 units only, or in simple language you can call it as 150. Okay, I can keep it in next slide. So how much electricity bill you will have to pay for this? City bill you will have to pay for 2.5 hours of everyday use. This is actually, you can also keep it as an average use of this, because this may happen sometimes there is a no use of this. Sometimes you are going outside, or you are not at your home. So for keeping it an average, let's assume this is 2.5 hours of uses per day, and this is 2 kilowatt hour. This is 2 kilowatt of watt rating of this particular room heater, and you are using it for 30 days. Then this will give you the units consumption of 150 units, and let's assume you are paying bill 10 rupees per unit. 10 rupees per unit. I'm assuming it 10 rupees. It may happen that at your location the unit rates are may be different from this. Maybe you are paying 8 rupees or 9 rupees per unit, but I'm considering it very general. I'm keeping it maximum. That is 10 rupees per unit. Then you will have to pay 1500 rupees per month. Okay, so one quantity or the one fundamentally, I hope clear to you. Now moving on to the next. This is my water heater. This is my water heater of 1.5 kilowatt. Now you have to pay attention here, because this calculation is going to be quite, if you don't pay attention, then you may skip these steps. You may not understand. So that is why I'm requesting you just pay attention here for understanding this equation, and just watch carefully, understand carefully, because these equations are to be a little bit technical as well as little bit logical. See, water heater is of 1.5 kilowatt rating, but this water heater, how you use this, I am also explaining you, as you already know, but still I am explaining you. This is your bucket. Let's assume this bucket is carrying 20 liters of water. How much? 20 liters of water. And you are putting your water heater here. Maybe here. Somewhere here, you are putting your water heater. Okay. So you are putting your water heater here. This is your socket. Okay. So this is your water heater. This is the bucket of 20 liters. And now see, if this water heater is 1.5 kilowatt, then you must have observed that for heating up the 20 liters of water, it will take not more than 15 minutes. If it is of 1 kilowatt rating, this may happen that you are using 1 kilowatt rating heater, then it will take normally I think 20-25 minutes, but not more than that. So I am assuming it is 1.5 kilowatt of water heater. Okay, and you are putting it into your bucket, and it is using only 15 minutes. It is used for 15 minutes only, and you are a single person that you are using it. Now I'm not considering it for the entire family, but I'm considering it for a single person use. Okay, so let's assume it is of 20 liters of water, and it is now, I think we are mistaken. I'm sorry. So if this is of 10 liters of bucket, and you are using the 1.5 kilowatt of this water heater, then it is taking 15 minutes. How much? 15 minutes to heat up the water. Because 20 liters of water, 15 minutes, I think it's not that possible, because it will take around 30 minutes for entirely heating up at a peak level. So now I'm considering it 10 liters of water for the, for the practical purpose. So this is 15 minutes taking, okay, for 10 liters water, heating up the 10 liters water. Now how we will calculate the electricity bill? By knowing only these quantities. So couple of things you should have as input. First thing, the watt rating of heater, of water heater. Okay, if you are a single person, then 10 liters of water is enough for bathing. Okay, so I'm considering the 10 liter water only, because 20 liters it's more than enough. However, we can consider that 20 liter also, but I think it is a general purpose use, and it is very practical, consumption of practical time consuming. So this is the watt rating of the first thing that you should have for the calculation purpose of the light bill for this particular water heater. Then watt rating of the water heater, that is 1.5 kilowatts. I'm keeping it 18 kilowatts only. Second thing, the consumption of water heater. The consumption of water heater, I think this spelling is wrong. Okay. Okay. So consumption of water heater, that is of 15 minutes. So the second thing that you need to have, that is the consumption of the water heater, the time consumption for the water heater, that is of 15 minutes only. Now you will have to convert. Now you will have to convert this 1.5 kilowatt. How much power will be consumed for 15 minutes? Because this 1.5 kilometer, what this thing is indicating you, that 1.5 kilowatt, that means 1.5 kilowatt hours. That means for 1 hour, if you are putting it on for 1 hour, then this will give you the kilowatt consumption for 1.5. This is the meaning of this. Now you are not using it for an hour, you are just using it for 15 minutes. Now you will have to consider that how much power will be consumed for using it for 15 minutes only. So now I am keeping it simple for you. For 60 minutes, 60 minutes means 1 hour. For 1 hour of the use of this particular water heater will give you 1.5 kilowatt at your meter reading. So 1.5 units would be consumed if you are using it for 60 minutes. Now I'm not using it for 60 minutes. I'm using it for only 15 minutes. Then how much units will be coming to my electricity meter, or how many units I will have to pay as my electricity bill for this? So for 15 minutes, it is very simple calculation. So this will be 15 into 1.5 upon 60. This is very simple. I think this will give you 0.375. So this will be the reading. This is actually in kilowatts. So this much power is consumed by you if you are using this particular 1.5 kilowatt water heater for 15 minutes. Now let's come back to the equation, that how much electricity bill you will have to pay for this much electricity consumption per day. Now see, if you are consuming 0.375 kilowatt per day, then for 30 days, 0.375 into 30, how much electricity bill you will have to pay? I think 11.25 units bill that you will have to pay. Now we are considering 10 rupees per unit, then 11.25 into 10. So your electricity bill will be coming around 112.5 rupees. per month for you for using this 15 minutes per day. Okay, for using this device or this electric water heater, 15 minutes, only 15 minutes per day, you are paying 112.5 rupees per month. So this is the use of single person. Also keep in mind, this is for one person only. This is for one person only. So these two things you keep in your mind. This is the use for one person, 15 minutes per day. You will have to pay 112.5 rupees per month. Now see how these equations are now turning. See, now let's suppose if you are having a geyser. Okay, so in this one more thing I want to explain you, that this is for the single person. Now I will also keep one correction factor here, and I will also show you how the equations are changing. So right now, what things we are having, so one thing is 112.5 rupees per month for one person, and I am considering a typical family because you cannot live alone. You will have family with you, maybe your guardians, maybe your wife, maybe your children. So I am considering a typical family of 4 people, and all are using this water heater every day. So how much electricity bill you will have to pay? I am considering it 112.5 rupees per month for a single person. Then 4 person I am multiplying it with 4. Now I am also multiplying it 1.5. Now you will be thinking that how this 1.5 is coming. So this is actually a correction factor. How this correction factor is working, I will explain you how this correction factor is working. Because this water heater is not this water heater is not actually automatic. Means once you turn it on, even if your water is already enough heated, it will not get turned off by itself. You will have to turn off manually by putting your switch off. Okay, so it may happen that instead of using this for 15 minutes, you may be using it for 20 minutes or 17 minutes. It may happen. Or maybe the second thing, you are using it for only bathing purpose, but it may happen that in winter season you are also using for washing your utensils, washing your clothes. So this use may vary. Already for 4 people, so I am putting a correction factor here 1.5. So this is a general electricity bill that will be coming for using this device. So this is the general electricity bill that you will have to pay. Now let's calculate this 112.5 into 4 into this 1.5 as a correction factor. Then this will come around 675 rupees per month for family use. I am putting it for family use. For family use. So this is very simple and clear. Now let's go to the next device, that is our geyser of 3 kilowatt. Geysers are also, multiple ratings are coming. So geysers may be of 3 kilowatt, but maybe of 4 kilowatt, maybe of 2 kilowatt only. But typically the typical geyser I'm considering, that is 3 to 10 liters. They are around 3 kilowatts only. 15 liter I don't know, but for 3 to 10 liters, maybe 3 liter, 5 liter geysers are very commonly used. So these geysers are having a common rating that is of 3 kilowatts only. So I'm considering that only, that 3 kilowatt geyser I'm considering here. So now first thing, the two things we need to have for the calculation purpose. One is the rating of the device. Rating of your device, that is of 3 kilowatt. And second thing, the uses. These two things are more than enough for calculating any electricity bill for any electrical equipment. So the second thing, the uses. The uses in time. Okay, in time means the time consumption or the time consumption for the using this particular device. So the uses of this geyser is actually, the use is very much typical. Means for if I'm talking about myself, I'm personally using 5 liters of 5 liter of geyser, and that 5 liter of geyser is turning it off by itself means heating up the entire 5 liter of water in just 4 minutes. In just 4 minutes. And I'm using 10 liters of water for bathing. This is very common. A single person can use 5 to 10 liters of water minimum for bathing purpose. Now it depends on you how much you use, but I'm considering here 10 liter. That is a very common, common I think the use for every person. So I'm considering it 10 liter of water for bathing. So 5 liter in 4 minutes, then 10 liters in 8 minutes. I'm sorry. So my usage of 8 minutes per day. Per day, per person. I'm again considering here for a single person. Now the next thing, how I'm calculating this now. Now for using this particular geyser for 60 minutes. Now this is regarding the converting kilowatt as per my use. So how I'm converting this? So this is 3 kilowatt geyser. I'm using it for 15 minutes. I'm using it on for only 15 minutes. Then how we convert it? Let me remind you how we converted this. See how we converted this. See, for 60 minutes of uses 1.5 kilowatt. 15 minutes uses how much? So same thing I can repeat here. For 60 minutes of uses 3 kilowatt. For 8 minutes of uses how much? Then 3 into simply 8 upon 60. This will give me around 0.4 kilowatt. So this is very simple and common calculation that you can have. So this is the power consumption of geyser 0.4 kilowatt per day per person. I'm sorry. So this is my calculation for geyser for using it for 1 day, 8 minutes and per person 10 liters of water. Now how much electricity bill I will have to pay for using this geyser for particularly 8 minutes per day. So the time I'm sorry. So for the calculation of electricity bill, so this is my use 0.4 kilowatt hour and for 30 days for a single person now. So this will be giving me around 12 units consumed per day. Sorry, this is for month. I'm sorry, this is for month. This is regarding month. So this is 12 units of uses per month and per person. Now how I'm calculating it for a single person using it for 8 minutes per day. So 1 month he will have to pay 12 into 10, that is 120 rupees. So this is the light bill that a single person has to pay if he is using a geyser for 8 minutes per day for 10 liters water heating up application. So this is 120 rupees that he will have to pay for a month and for a person. Now let's come back to the same thing, that what about family uses. So for single person it is giving you the 120 rupees. Then for 4 people family, and my correction factor again here will work here. Now you will think that how correction factor is coming. So it may happen that this geyser is automatic. You don't have to manually switch it off. It will automatically get switched off whenever the water is at a particular temperature or heated up. But geyser is not used only for bathing. Still, your family may use it for other applications like for washing utensils, for washing clothes, maybe many other applications. Or it may happen that in many days you are bathing 2 times, or one person of your family is bathing 2 times. So that's why I'm putting again correction factor here, that is of 1.5, and this will give me around I think 720 let's calculate 120 into 4 into 1.5. So this is giving 720 rupees per month. This is my light bill for family purpose, family of 4 person. So this is what the typical uses of that particular equipment and how much electricity bill you will have to pay for that. See again, this is my exact electricity bill, and this is what the gross bill you can say. This is the gross bill, or this is the bill that is dependable, or the maybe approximate you can say. So if you want to calculate, then go by this equation only. Okay, go by this equation only. This is the exact for geyser, for geyser this equation, and again for water heater this equation. This is the exact. I am putting on slide also. This is exact. This is also exact. So these two slides you can take a screenshot, and anytime anytime if you are want to calculate for the particular user, if you are thinking of buying a particular geyser or water heater, that time if you want to consider that how much use you have and how much you will have to pay, then you can consider for these equations. Okay, fine. Now I have also prepared one table. This is a very common table, and this table is indicating the uses of every particular equipment, that is whether it is a room heater, whether it is a water heater, whether it is a geyser, and how these equations have come. I have formulated everything in a single table. This is very useful table, and mind it guys, that this can help you to solve so many problems of your electrical uses. So this is a very very simple formulated table. I will explain you how the things are working here. So this is your room heater. The first thing, the water heat, it is not heating up the water. This is for heating up the room, so not applicable. This is the kilowatt ratings. This is A. This is actually denotation. This is the I'm naming this column as A column, right? This is not the kilowatts. Kilowatt is already indicated in watts. That is kW. This is not the unit of this. This is the column A. This is column B. This is column M. This is column C. So this I'm naming these columns. This is column D for easiness of this calculating this formula. So you will come to know later on. See, this is the kilowatt. So kilowatt room meter is having 2 kilowatts, and hourly use is 2.5 hours per day, and minutes of uses, that is 150 minutes, because in 1 hour 60 minutes, then 2.5 hours 150 minutes. Then kilowatt h per uses, 5 kilowatts hour h per uses. Okay, and this is the how this is coming. See, kilowatts, how I'm converting this to kilowatts. See, this is 2 kilowatt. This is consuming 2 kilowatts per hour. Then for 2.5 hours it will be consuming 5 kilowatts. So this is how I have converted. So here also you can use the formula C is equal to M into A upon, sorry, C is equal to M into A upon 60. So this is how you can convert. For everything you can convert this. How this 0.375, how this 0.4 is coming. Monthly units generated. See, monthly units I am simply multiplying it with 30. So this is the exact kilowatt hours that are you are consuming per day. Now I am multiplying per day into 30. That means I will get the monthly units consumption, that is this. Now light bill considering 10 rupees per unit. Now I am multiplying it with 10. This is multiplied by 10. So this is how you will be getting the values. Now exact bill, I am considering the 4 people family. This is only for a single person. I will write here for a person. And this is for 4 people family. I am also considering a correction factor, that is 1.5. Why I am considering correction factor, I have already discussed. So I think no need of discussion at this stage. So this is my 1500 rupees only, because no correction factor and no family factor will come here, because if you are using a single heater for single room, for a single family of 4 people, and all are sleeping at the same room, then there is no need of considering it with extras. So this is not applicable into not applicable category, and you will have to pay 1500 rupees only, because you are using the room heater for single family single room heater. Secondly, for this is applied for these two, water heater and geyser, because water heater is used for, because water cannot be shared. 10 liters of water you are eating for yourself for bathing purpose, you cannot share it with the another person for bathing. Okay, so that is why all four people will heat up the for 10 liters of water, 40 liters of water. It is the correction factor, because it may happen that your family is using for another applications as well, maybe for washing utensils, maybe for washing clothes, maybe for many other applications they can use for the heated water in this winter season. So accordingly I have considered this correction factor, and you will have to pay this much of bill for this. If you are using all these three items, then maybe you will be paying maybe around 2,500 to 3,000 rupees in your electricity bill. So this is the general calculation, approximate calculation you can say. I hope I have made myself clear on this, and I have taught you in very decent way, in very technical and logical way, in very simple language. I have taught you all these parameters and how this electricity bill can be calculated for water heaters. If you have liked this video, just hit the like button. Please subscribe to us so that we can get the motivation to make many more videos like this for you in future as well. Thank you so much for watching. Let's meet you again in my next video. Thank you so much. Thank you.